Can you believe they've given me a D rating as a GM for this team? This is the Rule 5 rebuild. We're 6 years in, and for the first time, we did not actually improve our record this year, going 64-98. This is kind of the point where you're looking at, is this series plateauing? Is there still a way forward with this roster? I believe that there is. We have a lot of players now in the mid to high 80s. This is not the team we started out with, and looking at the age of most of our players, we still have players in the mid 20s who are developing and can still take that next step. Now, we've had some breakouts this year, some breakouts last year, and unfortunately, it's hard to rely on this team being consistent, but we have a lot of things going well for us right now. Zach Veen has been the steadiest player on the whole roster. He's essentially put together the same season 4 years in a row, and I'm very happy with that. But as you can tell, as our best hitter, he's not driving in the runs because we're just not good enough at getting on base. Now, we have had some success in the last couple of years developing some players. Ji-Hwan Bae this year took a really nice step, 27 home runs. I think we have an ace now in Matt Hall. We'll see if he can duplicate this performance, but we now have 2 years of him playing at roughly this level. How about the story this year at catcher, with Roberto Feliz putting together a really nice 257 average, hitting 13 home runs, being more than serviceable hitting, and getting a lot of power development in the process. And then one of my favorite stories of the year, Yoswar Garcia. He ends up getting a nice contact boost here. He hit 288. We need more on-base players. We need higher average hitters, so we can hopefully get some base runners for the power that this team does possess with Veen and Ji-Hwan Bae, and occasionally Dom Thompson-Williams will hit some home runs as well. I believe we're going to take a nice step in year 7. Let's get on to it. Well, we have to sign a lot of new coaches. We'll see how this goes. And we also actually have our first players ever hitting free agency, or the players that we selected in the Rule 5 draft who now have 6 years of experience. So, we have Zach Veen here, 88 overall, highest rated player on the team, and about to have the largest contract. And we'll see if this year affects our budget at all, because he's going to want a very large deal here. Over $20 million a season. Wow, you can sign 15-year contracts in here if you want to. I'm okay with a 4 to 5 year deal here. Let's go 4 years for Zach Veen. See how he plays going to age 30. Oh, that's right, he still has to accept it. Dom Thompson-Williams, he's looking at something in the $6 million a year range. I want less years. In his case, more years is less money per year. Less years is more money. And I'm looking at a 1 year deal in the $7 million range then. Dennis Santana has had a couple down years in a row, so I'd probably want something shorter term here. I think we have the salary to pull this off to see if he bounces back. Let's go 12 million. Hunter Wood, he was really solid this past season. I would love to bring him back for 1 year as well. And looks like he'll make pretty good reliever money here by coming back. And here we go. All of these deals have been accepted. Zach Veen, 4 years, $95 million. Now the highest paid player on the team. Matt Hall is 32 years old, 88 overall. We are definitely offering arbitration and a 3-year, $27 million contract. Still waiting for that big step forward for Nick Gonzalez, but a 1 year deal here I think will work again. I offered contracts to most of these players, but I think we'll look for another first baseman this year. We haven't had enough success lately with Curtis Terry or Aaron Sabato, so we'll try to find some more power there. We're still going to have Gavin Sheets start at first base, but we could use a little more power off the bench, I feel. All right, everybody, the Rule 5 draft is here once again, and last season was our smallest draft class of the series. We only selected 3 players. However, all 3 of those players had a really good season. That was Tyler Bachelor, Yoswar Garcia, and Roberto Feliz. Really nailed that draft class. Who makes it this year? I've already talked a little bit about first base and maybe getting some power there. Bryce Ball does seem intriguing. Good hitting ratings all the way around, and can play 4 different positions. I think he's easily got to be our first pick. There's always room to add a good reliever, and I think I'd like to bring in Doris Valdez. 99 velo, 77 home run per 9, a lot of really solid ratings, but never given a chance to play at the big league level? We're changing that. I'm also interested here in Gary Armstrong. It's always nice to have some quality infield depth, and I really wanted somebody that could play all 3 of these positions. On top of that, be potential 23 years old. We don't want to get stuck in this spot where we don't have a lot of players in their early 20s and not having that constant development rotation. So at least 3 players getting drafted. The last player I want to add here is Evan Hughes. Again, thinking about getting higher contact players on the team. Hughes does have really good contact versus righties, high plate vision. He's going to have to really play well in spring to make the team, I think, but he's getting a chance. All right, it's going to be a 4-player class this year. It was only a 3 a year ago. Going through spring training once again, it's a 13-11 season. This is back-to-back years of really doing a good job here in the spring. We'll see if it carries over this year to the regular season. Matt Hall, pretty good numbers here. Not the highest strikeout guy. You'd love to see that get a little bit better, but it looks like he'll be our day 1 starter once again. JT Ginn back in the rotation. We'll see if he's able to put together a bounce-back season. Dennis Santana, kind of a higher ERA here. I am kind of in this spot in this series where I'm trying to be patient with who we have. So I haven't added many more starters. Maybe I could have for long relief, but we just have so many in this range that I'm trying to develop. Adonis Medina included. But so far, it seems like the pitching is going to be decent. I do think that like our 1-inning reliever situation is so good. I mean, Tyler Bachelor last year was one of our best breakout players. This year, 10.1 innings, no runs allowed, just a 1.06 whip, 14 strikeouts. Most of these players, by the way, are not getting spring training development at all. But you have Bachelor here getting +3 overall. Impressed with that. For the hitting now, this is where things seem to change on a yearly basis. We have Ji-Hwan Bae and Yoswar Garcia. I want them batting 1 and 2, and they're both on cold streaks right now. That's not going to change how I construct the early season lineup. Like, this is our day 1 lineup right here that I have built. So you have Zach Veen hitting .231. He never tears up the spring. Dom Thompson-Williams, Alika Williams. There aren't many breakout hitters right now. You're actually seeing Nick Gonzalez do a pretty good job with the average. Gavin Sheets. Bryce Ball, just 172. We'll be patient with him, though. Might be kind of a utility player for us to utilize. Gary Armstrong, 239. It's better than a lot of the other players right now, and I'm intrigued by him. Although it looks like he's struggling a lot with lefties, and that's one of my concerns overall with this team is hitting left-handed pitching, because we're such a lefty-heavy team, and I haven't found the right switch hitters to even give us the right balance in the lineup. So we're really much more constructed to hit righties, which we will most of the time. But when it's time to take on the lefties, I'm really hoping that bumping up some of these righties helps. But these lefties just got to be able to hit everybody. By the way, Evan Hughes had a solid spring. Definitely a good enough spring, I'd say, to make the team, as we're looking for better contact hitters, and he did that. So here is the depth chart then going into the new year. A lot of mid to high 80s rated players. This seems like a team that could break through this year. We have a lot of players who have had great individual seasons at one year or another. It's going to take kind of a lucky year, I think, where everybody kind of has that above average year simultaneously, and that's what the last couple of years have been missing. We had Alika Williams break out. I basically said he's the next star of this team, and then he took a step back last year in like every category. I'm hoping that he bounces back closer to where he was 2 years ago. Ji-Hwan Bae, I'm hoping that we see more of last year from him. Gavin Sheets, I think, has been solid, at least giving us some home runs. So where are we going here in year 7? It's time to find out. All right, getting into the new season. Our success in the spring did not carry over into April a year ago. This season, we open 2-2. 500 record would be like a huge win for us, by the way. Whoa, we just swept Atlanta, and we're putting up some runs here early on. 5-5, 10 games in. Against Milwaukee, that's 2 of 3. We lose 2 against the Dodgers, and the first month is a 10-11 start. So it looks like Matt Hall had a tough opening day. I saw us lose that 8-9. Let's go through that one quick. And sure enough here, not even making it through 3 innings, 7 runs allowed, so his ERA is going to be high for a while, even if he's able to turn that around. But that'll happen. JT Ginn, 3.27 ERA. Dennis Santana, not bad. Kruksinski, got to bring that down. Riley Thompson, that's okay. So we'll see here after a handful of starts if I want to make a rotation move, and I tend to do that every year. Ji-Hwan Bae, 237. Yoswar Garcia, a bit of a sophomore slump to start the year. A lot of ratings going down now, and that's something I'll pay a lot of attention to. Give him maybe 2 more weeks to turn it around. Whoa, what's going on with Zach Veen? Big money contract, and now hitting 125. That is not what we signed him for. But Dom Thompson Williams is hitting well. Alika Williams is hitting well. That's already 11 RBIs. 19 of them for Gavin Sheets, hitting 325. All right, maybe a little lineup shuffling here is in order. Bryce Ball, first-year player. I mean, 35 at-bats ain't much, but 429? Come on. Gary Armstrong, he's getting a lot of ABs here. All right, this is not bad. I just think in the meantime here, while Veen works through this early season slump, we might have to change up the batting order is all. All right, into the second month of the season now, and we are 16-14. That's a 5-game winning streak for us. We allowed 1 run, 2, 1, 1. How about the pitching here? Nothing in this game. Oh, this feels like the big breakthrough season, everybody. 7 years of patience building up to this moment to be 21-21, 500. It's basically 8-8, only I'm happy about it. All right, Matt Hall, still kind of slumping, but Kruksinski, much better. Santana, 206. Riley Thompson's even doing well. At this point, I'm not going to take out Matt Hall. I think he's just the ace. He's the guy on this team, and we need to be patient with him after the last 2 seasons and all this growth. But now let's go back to the lineup where Ji-Hwan Bae is hitting 257. Gavin Sheets, he's red hot, 300 average, 8 homers. Dom Thompson Williams cooling off a bit. as Zach Veen gets hot. He's clobbered 10 home runs. He's had his slumps, but by the end of the year, he's probably hitting 270 again. Alika Williams now in a cold streak, but we can live with a 241 average with him. Garcia's turning his season around. Roberto Feliz taking a step back. This is more Chadwick Trump production. And Bryce Ball, I continue to be impressed there. Even Gary Armstrong and all these at-bats, I think we're going to have a chance to be much higher in on base this season. I'd like to see where we are right now. In terms of batting average, no way. I definitely missed us. We're not top 5. Where are the Marlins? 21st. For home runs, we find ourselves 14th after a slow start. And then for on-base percentage, 22nd. Team ERA. That's got to be like top half, right? Yeah, 11th right now. Without our ace pitching well. Not making any changes right now. What we have seems to be working fairly well. And we end the month 2 months in, and we are 26 and 25. My hope is that we get to at least 70 wins. But it's looking like it could be much better than that. 32, 33 wins. I can hardly believe this. Now, we did have a little bit of a losing stretch here, so we are dipping under 500. But I think now 3 months in, 37 and 37, we have to actually pay attention to like the wild card chase now and where we are. Now, it looks like the Phillies are super OP right now, 54 and 22. So we're not talking about the division right now, but wild card? Halfway through the season, roughly? Not quite. We're in it. Looks like Matt Hall is still just kind of having an okay season, but as a team, gotta be pretty happy. Numbers have gotten a bit worse here for Santana and Thompson in the last month or so, but the bullpen still feels like it's a nice strength of this team. Bachelor, first of all, these numbers aren't terrific, but I'd also like to get him more innings. And it's like you can't just easily swap these spots. You have to like manipulate it to get the order that it is you're looking for. Kind of a strange deal there. Gavin Sheets already has 15 home runs. He was an all-star last year. Might be on his way to returning. You have Dom Thompson Williams and Zach Veen, both hitting 266, combined 22 homers. Zach Veen getting some progression now this season. He might be our first 90 overall player. Dom Thompson Williams, some going down. I wonder if that's age related because it's all in the field and it's all -1 over there. But the hitting seems to be working out. And then Alika Williams hitting 270. So that's turning around. Had to stay patient there. Let's see. The slugging, though, is way lower than his real breakout season. And his ISO significantly lower. So he's not all the way back yet. But it's a step forward. Garcia's hitting 266 suddenly. Even Feliz has brought up the average like 40 points. And Bryce Ball is still doing well. This is easily the most impressive, deepest team we have had. Now, one of my other questions was how this team would do against left-handed pitching. Now I have to scroll for days to find it all, but here we are. So here are the top averages we have against lefties right now. Dom Thompson Williams hitting 362 against them. That's why you see the +4 contact there, which is really cool. He's not really getting homers against them. 3 and 117 at bats compared to his 6 and 142 against righties. Ji Hwan Bae hitting 358. Ed Howard coming off the bench doing well. Alika Williams. Even Nick Gonzalez is having a bit more success, but he's not an everyday player. Gavin Sheets hitting 286. Zach Veen 279. So all the lefties here you're worried about, are they just, going to hit righties well? Not the case. All our lefties are hitting lefties pretty well. Now, we haven't had long losing streaks this season. 4 games right here. A couple of those can get us, you know, to the point where we're only like 10 games under 500 or something like that. Might not be our best month here, but we are still hovering around the 500 mark. 43 and 46. Here are the players in the Derby, by the way, 7 years in. So everybody here would be on your day one roster. A lot of them, like, frequently in the Derby, like Alonso and Reyes I've seen, Bobby Dahlbeck's in. Less change there than I had expected. We'll sim the Derby. We got to see who's in the All-Star game, though. We have Zach Warren there. We have at least one pitcher. 2.74 ERA, 46 innings. Pretty good stuff there. Only one pitcher. And then for the lineup itself, anybody else with how impressive this team is right now? I can't believe that. All right, continuing on into the second half of the season, still around 500. We end the month 48 and 49. We get past the trade deadline now. It's August, and that's a bad losing stretch here. No, stop that. Come on, 2 wins in 2 weeks? That's year 1 stuff there. Don't do that. Are we running out of gas? Is the season just a little too long for this team right now? Well, we get into the month of September, and we now have 61 victories. The record in this series is 66. We want to raise the bar. Now, we're 23 games back in the division. We're 12 games back in the wild card, but it is still looking like it's going to be our best season. So we get swept by the Cubs, get swept by the Giants. Come on. Pittsburgh gives us 2 wins. 66 right there. Unfortunately, we've kind of run out of gas. 66 is the record. And 3 more wins in a row there. That's actually a 4-game streak. Come on, 1 more. 70 wins. Took us 7 years, but we've made it. 71, 72. Not too bad. We always finish against the Nationals. It feels like it. All right, we're not going to play the last game this time just because we play the Nationals enough. I know we've played the Phillies before, but we're going to play them today and talk about the season. So it's definitely going to be a better year, a successful episode, I'd say. But man, for a while, it looked like 80 wins was on the table. Not going to get there, ran out of gas. A lot of the averages dipped in these last couple of months of simming. So let's get it started now. Ji-Hwan Bae, a Silver Slugger Award winner, hitting .232 this season. This probably wasn't good enough to be batting leadoff for as much as he has this year. Dom Thompson-Williams, I think, did a pretty good job in that role. Forgot here with quick counts. I got to be ready. Yoswar Garcia. So traded out some average for some homers this season. That is not bad. That's 2 years of pretty good development for him. I'm excited to check out the ratings. And we'll draw a walk. Here's Zach Veen. I thought he'd be hitting 270 again. I guess he could still get there, but 27 homers. Average here, 257. Maybe we can bring it up a little bit. Sharply hit right to second base, and that is going to end the first inning. So for the pitching today, we have Evan Krukzinski, ERA right at 4, trying to bring it under 1.35 whip, 166 strikeouts, and an 8-9 record. We'll see how much of this Phillies roster I actually know, but they have been really good this season. And if they stay there, it's going to be difficult for us to make the playoffs unless we can go through the wild card. All right, well, I know Alec Bohm, and that is a fastball in there. Let's see if we can strike him out here. The slider's left up, and it's past Alika Williams. 2 on. Yeah, I've heard of this guy too. How old is he in this series? I know it's probably not that old, but still playing at a high level, and Harper is doubled up. Maybe with his old speed, he'd beat that out. He's only at 56 right now. Rowdy Tellez, I think he was in the Derby. Yeah, 45. So here's a guy who's broken out a bit. Rowdy Tellez with a runner at third base. Now, can Rowdy hit lefties? Well, he won't even try on the 3-2 fastball. It's a strike 3 for Kruczynski. Back to the offense. Here is Dom Thompson Williams. Started out really strong. Had a decent season overall. 19 homers, 251 average. Start out here with a 2-1 count. Chasing that slider. Brady Singer has developed pretty nicely too in this. And that's going to be a base runner for Miami. Pretty happy with this season from Alika Williams as well. Hoping to see some ratings going up. 3-1 count here. Trying to get another base runner. Nice slider there by Singer. Not throwing that sinker much, and that's what I think of when I think of Brady Singer. It's 2 walks to open the second. Gavin Sheets, Gold Glove award-winning first baseman. 276, a lot of home runs. Playing a nice role in this rebuild, and 80 RBIs. Oh no, he left it up. I wasn't ready. Ooh, got me a chase that one there. He misses outside again. He's already walked the first 2. Full count, nobody down to Gavin Sheets. Ooh, sinker inside. Not ready for that one either. I tried to swing. Come on. Check swing. Oh, okay. So that's a strikeout picked up. And Roberto Feliz. I feel like that was a pretty good swing right there. Yeah, that's right where I want the timing to be. I want to pull that into left field. 2-2. That's hit to center. And it's going to fall in. Bases loaded. And they're loaded for Gary Armstrong. I'm about to have my very first ever at-bat with him. Only 5'7", I believe. So a smaller strike zone vertically. As the slider's outside. Armstrong in the air. And this one, bluff. Oh, come on. It's up to Evan Kruczynski, but hey, he's hit 149. So he could pull this off. All right, Evan, let's see it. That's what I want from Brady Singer. Keep throwing the slider because he doesn't locate it as well as his other pitches. There you go. 3-1. I don't know if I can swing at this pitch unless it's like right over the middle. And it was. Full count. Everyone can leave. Am I better off just not swinging at this pitch? Well, it's in the zone. Oh my! Base hit! He's gonna deliver! It's a 2-run single for Evan Kruczynski! I should have never doubted him. But is the fun over? We have Ji-Hwan Bae. 2 on, 2 out. Okay, now I'm waving at one there. Really good discipline leading up to this at-bat. And that's about to go out the window. I'm not even sure how I checked that swing, by the way. I'm not even going to give myself credit. I think I got lucky. That's another bad swing. Gave himself a lead. Now pitching bottom 2. Ketel Marte in the air. No problem. How about that swing and a miss right now? Evan Krukzinski getting in the zone. If this were Madden anyway. Line drive. Gotta make that play. Oh, man. Not far from a solo homer right there. Yoswar Garcia has a full count here in the 3rd. Ooh, slider. What was my timing? I feel like that was good. Yep, sometimes you get unlucky here with the plate vision. That's just something I'm okay dealing with my settings. Thinking about making a video, by the way, explaining all my settings here because I get questions all the time about my hitting especially. A lot of people seem to like the settings I have for hitting. They're the most basic settings possible. Also the most rating based. Michael Chavis crushed this one. Sounded really good off the bat, but just a warning track fly ball. It's an interesting universe we have here where Brady Singer has gone from just kind of another sinker ball pitcher to kind of a dominant strikeout guy here. He's developed really, really well. And he's located his pitches low in the zone really nicely. But there's Brady Singer. Sinker ball, ground out. Already going to the bullpen, though. Okay. We have Anthony K. Well, we'll see how we do now. Facing the lefty. That one is into left center field. Phillies reaches again. Oh, got a breaking ball up. That's so heartbreaking. A 6-4-3 on that. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed here with Evan Krukzinski. He is taking care of this lineup, and he's driven in the only runs of the day. On top of that, here in quick counts, it's hard to keep your pitch count down because you eliminate all one-pitch at-bats and a lot of two-pitch at-bats even. But he's having no issue here getting through innings. Can Evan Krukzinski do it again? No way he gets a hit lefty-lefty. All right, he's finally stopped. Oh, just off the outside corner. Depending on the umpire, you'll get that call at times in this game. Oh, man, around the zone, but can't get a call. Marte reaches. Phillies trying to get something here in the 5th. Marte sent to second. He's out by a mile. They're trying this again. That's back-to-back. Roberto Phillies. Stop trying. Or keep trying. I don't care. First 2 outs. Oh, that's another base runner. Please. 58 speed. Try it. I want to see 3 outs. All players caught stealing. Come on. I'm going to throw a pitch out here. Send him. Popped him up. The catcher can still make all 3 outs. Get out of the way, Gavin Sheets. Oh, it's off his glove. Three and 2. Pitcher spot on deck. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Beautifully done. All right, we apparently hit lefties well. Let's prove it here. Zach Veen. Full count. Dom Thompson Williams on deck. Only 5 combined hits. The fans want to see a show here. That was a really good swing, I feel. That was early timing right over the middle. That should be over the right field fence right now. Come on. That pitch kind of fooled me a little bit. I wanted to let it go at first, and then kind of felt it bending toward the zone. That's a tough curve. All right, Dom Thompson-Williams. That one's down the line. Of course, it doesn't go our way. By the way, if I ever seem frustrated like when I have a good swing and don't get a good result, it's just me wishing things had gone my way. Obviously, I want the settings to be doing these kinds of things, to have that variance. That's why I don't play the PCI. And why I gave up trying like 5 years ago. Not good with the PCI, and I don't need the skill mechanics in franchise. I don't play this game for competition. How far can Kruksinski go in this game? Because this is an incredible start he's putting together. Now, the pitch count is starting to get up there, but 6 innings feels like a foregone conclusion here. As that one is played at the line. Nice throw across. Gary Armstrong. And you need a strong arm to make this throw. Let's get one more strikeout here, I say. Alec Boehm thought about it. He really thought about it there. Well, think about this changeup. All right, maybe too far inside. Rather not get to Harper in this inning. 3-2. Wow. Right to him. There have been 5 hits in this game. 2 of them courtesy of Roberto Feliz, who's also thrown out 2 potential base stealers. But now he's retired. Kruksinski stays in to face Bryce Harper. It's lefty-lefty. I think I'd rather this matchup. And I was correct. Lefty-lefty again. Might as well keep him out there. Kruksinski evens the count. 2-2. I'm trying this slider. He has no confidence in it. Come on, Evan. That's a pretty confident slider there. That brought up his confidence a little bit. But we'll go to the fastball now. Try to tie him up inside. And he looks at it. Marte on deck. Don't want a base runner for him. Big 3-2. And Tellez pulls that one foul. One more on the outside corner. He's good at this location, but he misses. 100 pitches in. I think we'll take him out there. Great outing. But I want to bring in Tyler Bachelor, who was so good a year ago. And he was good again this year, but righties gave him a lot of trouble. Don't tell Ketel Marte because he can hit from either side of the plate. He's deciding to hit this lefty. And now we have a full 3-2 count. Slurve. Here we go. Marte strikes out. Great pitch, great location. 2 away for Connor Scott. 1-2 count. I say we throw it again. That one didn't work. I say we throw it again. In the air to left center. Easy. How about the addition of Bryce Ball this year? 14 homers, 49 RBIs. He didn't even play every day. Looking for an insurance run here late. It's still just 2-0. 5 combined hits. Around the same number of walks, too. Nice swing there. Good timing. 3-2 to Bryce Ball facing Zach Eflin. Sat back on that one, but felt like forever, and right at the shortstop. Breaking ball, and Garcia hits it in the air, but not all that deep, and it's still 2-0 Marlins. As we're going into our bullpen again, how about one of our new additions? We have Doris Valdez. Not many innings here, and a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks. But 12 of 17 in save opportunities. That's too many blown saves for that number of opportunities. Hoping he can be the setup man here. 7, 8, 9 batters. A palm ball. I haven't even seen a pitcher with this in this game yet. And where's the eephus while we're at it? Fly to shallow center. We're trying this palm ball here against Michael Chavis. Nice location. After that, we're going to the slider. I want to see if he has command of it. Not on this one. Off the bench, Cornelius Randolph. 363 on the season, 20 RBIs. Phillies looking for their first run. Past third base. Oh no, took a bad angle. Oh no, that's a run. It shouldn't be, but it is. Oh, man. That ball was just rolling so fast. All right, trying to recover now. Still 1 down in the 8th. Got a hold there. Out at first. Alec Bohm. No, let's change up the pitch here. I want the palm ball. 2-2. Palm ball. In the dirt. All right, we're just going straight fastball now. Popped up. And that is going to bring us to the 9th. We're going to have a lead. But what is that lead set to be? Robert Gesellman in the game now for the Phils as we have 3, 4, 5 due up. Come on, the middle of the order has done nothing today. Oh boy, down the line? Is that foul? Okay. Oh, that's left center, hit pretty well, and it's down for extra bases. Let's go, Zach Veen. On his way to second, a fumble in the outfield. He wants 3, gonna be close, and he's safe. A fumble in the outfield, a bad relay throw, it's a triple for Veen. We can see it from this angle here. Yep, took 2 tries. Once I saw that, thought it was the only edge he needed to get there. Dom Thompson-Williams base hit. We get that run back quickly. Aliko Williams hit that one pretty well. And it's caught. I thought it was going to be out of reach. I have a good feel for hitting Gesellman here. I think power swing with Sheets is the right call. Love to see that 12-6. And he walks him. Roberto Feliz has 2 on and just 1 down. He's already reached base twice. That didn't miss by much. Got the breaking ball, but he put it in the perfect location to pull off the double play as we go to the 9th inning, trying to close this game. Trying to have a little 3-1 win here, but we have to face a couple pretty good hitters for this team. We're going to bring in Durbin Feltman. I had him warm. We open here, Bryce Harper. It is a 3-2 count. And that does not get the call. Rowdy Tellez. You want me to throw the breaking ball right now. I refuse. Maybe with 2 strikes, I'll try it. Really want that second strike here. And he's behind it. Clocked at 98. Let's go with the slider. Caught too much of the plate. This is not good. And it's going to be Ketel Marte representing the winning run for Philadelphia. He has homered in this series. 3-1. Starting to think about the other pitcher we have getting warm here. Hunter Wood. Wow, he went after that one up. Okay, that's a gift. Come on, Feltman. Catcher's calling for the slider. And it's a perfect pitch. Line out, 1 down. Another lefty here, Connor Scott. Wow. Careful with that curveball. 1-2 on the ground. Got a chance here. Out at second. Ball game. Miami holds on. Got a little interesting there at the end, but it's a 3-1 victory. Not a lot of offense in this one, and Evan Krukzinski on his 2-run single earlier supplied the winning runs, giving himself the victory. Impressive. Great win for Miami. We pick up a win against the Nationals, another one, and end the season on a 4-game winning streak. That makes this a 77-win season, easily the best we've had, and now they give my GM rating a C. They're starting to understand we may actually have something here. 11 wins better than we've ever done before. I think next year the goal is going to become trying to compete for a playoff spot. We've actually made it pretty far now in this rebuild. We're still 11 games out of a wild card spot, but 77 wins, very impressive, and we're still going to be having like all the same players, and they'll be developing, coming back. Gotta feel good about where this team is at. So we'll start here by looking at some of the team stats and where we rank, starting out with batting average. So it dropped all the way to 248, which is still a series record. Our highest prior that I have recorded is 238, but it was certainly better for much of the season. For home runs, last year we hit 185, this year it's 195, so very similar. And then for ERA, last season it was 425. The best we've had is 423. And we have a new series record. We had a 4.03 ERA. Matt Hall ended up turning his season around, putting up a 3.62 ERA. He did not develop much. He is 32 years old, so kind of thinking of him as a maxed out player at this point. And he's solid. Definitely our ace, maybe a 2 or 3 on another team, but pretty happy with his overall progress. JT Ginn, ERA at 3.5. That is a career best for him. Dennis Santana, a little inconsistent, 4.6 ERA. Probably a bottom of the rotation guy that we keep using until we develop somebody else. Evan Krukzinski, nice showcase for him today in what's been one of his best seasons overall. Riley Thompson, 4.67 ERA. Yeah, I say next year we probably think about adding another starter. And maybe I could have had Domingo Robles start some of this year, but there were times when Thompson's and Santana's numbers were better. So we have some talent, but might need a couple more pitchers here on the level of what Hall has done this past couple of years. Bachelor, not bad. Zarbinski, definitely struggling. Too many innings for a guy struggling that much. Feltman, Warren, those guys were pretty solid. Hunter Wood and Valdez. For the starting lineup, we got to see most of these numbers already, all the basic ones, so let's go and just rank everything. 27 home runs. I don't think we've ever had a 30 home run hitter. Actually, we have. Zach Veen did it. So, very similar year for him again. Gavin Sheets, 27 home runs, a little bit more than we saw last year. He hit one more with a higher average, higher on base. Yoswar Garcia being third, though, I definitely didn't see. His slugging is down, while the home runs are up. And the ISO for him is a little bit up. So similar at-bat per home run, so it shouldn't be as much of a surprise. He just got double the at-bats. Roberto Feliz, 228. Not as good of an average as last season, but I think this is still one of the better catching seasons we've had in this entire series. He's a 1.7 WAR player. Dom Thompson-Williams at 31 years old, still putting up pretty steady production. Alika Williams, a few ratings going up here, not a ton, so maybe he won't be a true star, just a solid contributor. Looks like Ji-Hwan Bae, some progression, some regression. Took a step back this season, slugging way down for him. The ISO's down as well. Bryce Ball, really happy with this. Gary Armstrong. Ed Howard did pretty well too. Got some nice development there. He's only 26 years old. They have Nick Gonzalez now as a 90 overall player. I signed him to a pretty cheap contract because he's never produced anywhere near a 90 overall level. So I imagine he comes back for less than $5 million next year, but at 90 overall, you'd like to see a little more contribution. Evan Hughes, he hit 225, and this was kind of a tryout year for him in a way, and this is solid development, and we're going to need somebody for after Dom Thompson-Williams. Here are the highest average hitters. Highest on base, Austin Hendrick, only 53 at-bats. He's been developing at the minor league level, didn't play with us last season, but maybe next year he gets a little more of a chance. This is really solid development overall, 84 overall at 26 years old. How about doubles? Yoswar Garcia, then Gary Armstrong, Zach Veen. I always love checking out ISO. Let's go WAR first. They have Veen, then Garcia, Thompson-Williams, and Sheets. For ISO, Austin Hendrick, Ed Howard, Zach Veen, Bryce Ball, all over 200. The other thing to remember too is Ball can play more than first. He has so much position flexibility. We should probably take advantage of that because Sheets is too good to take away from first, but Ball could find somewhere else to play. Maybe third base is the best spot for him next year. We played Gonzalez there a lot. He's a 90, but I still feel like he's not even a top 10 player on the team. Overall, though, I'd have to call that a very successful season. If we continue to project out some of the development, the game does see Zach Veen eventually becoming a 90. They don't have Yoswar Garcia making it above an 84 at any point. I'd like to see him prove the game wrong, though. I feel like his progression has to give him a good chance. But that is going to do it for this episode, everybody. A fun one today, our most successful. I hope that we can keep it going next time. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see how much closer we can get to truly rebuilding this Rule 5 team. Have a great day.